he achieves absolutely nothing that he said and merely acts as a roadblock, again, the Supreme Court picks are obviously key to that as well, then that could be the roadblock that really matters in actually rescuing what's left of Western civilization. That's not, hyperbole. That's what it's all about in this election. That's what Brexit was about. That's why they're now trying to dilute that, overturn that, walk it back. We're going to stay on their case about that. And this is what Trump represents. I mean, look at the New York Times yesterday. Globalists besieged. That was their headline. Look at the Financial Times. The Trumpian threat to the global order. Okay, they don't like Donald Trump. This is the political class speaking directly. So there's this narrative, oh, Trump is just another billionaire. He's part of the elite. Well, no, he's not. They're attacking him on a daily basis. Trumpian threat to the global order. Butthurt globalists responsible for decades of worldwide bloodshed are basically crapping their pants over Trump, writing headlines about it and saying, look at this terrible situation. How is that a bad thing? This represents the end to decades and decades of bloodletting, to ridiculous, expensive, costly, disgraceful wars in the Middle East. Leftists should be celebrating this. They should be getting on board if they're actual real liberals, just like people should have supported Brexit, because of course it's Wall Street, it's Goldman Sachs, it's JP Morgan who are trying to stop Brexit from happening. So as long as we can get that message across that yes, this is an authentic grassroots movement against the establishment, then as you said earlier, we can get more of these independents on our side, and that's going to be the battle with the narrative over the next 6 weeks or so.
Yeah, and I just really wanted to end up just by really making a supplication to the listeners and to the watchers of this. I'm not going to speak for Paul. He can certainly speak for himself very ably. But this is a fight for whether we get to have a civilization or not. This is a fight as to whether we get to keep the treasures handed to us by thousands of years of philosophy, of political philosophy, of separation of church and state, free market, all kinds of good things. It all comes down to now, not next month or the month after, not even tomorrow. It comes down to now. And if you got to put relationships on the line, if you've got to really get in people's faces in a verbally adept way, if you've got to share information that you think might make you unpopular, well, it's not the First World War. There's no mustard gas. There's no trenches. You can do this little bit of helping to get people to think and to understand the stake of what is going on in the world, in the West at the moment. There is freedom and there is tyranny. There is liberty and there is coercion, and the world is trying to drag the freedoms down to the level of coercion. It is a tug of war with a hellscape in the middle, and we have to find a way to win people back over to freedom, to voluntarism, to communities, to supporting each other rather than running to the state, to debating rather than censoring. We have to get people to that. Otherwise, everything we treasure, everything that is being supported by other people like Paul and I and other people working for your freedoms, all of that is going to vanish, and you won't even know how good you have it until it's gone. So please, please act now. Get informed. Get talking to people. Do things that are going to make you unpopular, because if you don't get to maintain these freedoms, you will really look back and kick yourself for not doing the honorable and brave thing when you still had the freedom to do it.
I mean, I would echo that, Stefan, and say, just to add, I mean, I get messages from people saying, you live in London, why are you interested in Trump? Why do you care about this? Well, I don't like everything that Trump proposes, but I understand what he represents. That's why I'm so passionate about this. It doesn't matter where I live. This is about Western civilization. We upset the apple cart with Brexit. We did it. We're going to continue. We're going to prevent them from overturning that, stealing back our democratic mandate. We can do it again, and this populist insurgency, this middle-class uprising against the political class, should be supported by all anti-war liberals, all true liberals who believe in true liberal principles, and this is for all the marbles. This is it, as you said.
All right. Well, thanks, Paul. A great chat as always. Just wanted to remind people, please go to Infowars.com for Paul's work, as well as YouTube.com/PrisonPlanetLive or PrisonPlanetLive. I can never figure that out. And also Twitter. Follow him. He's got great tweets at Twitter.com/PrisonPlanet. All the best, Paul. Thanks, and I'm sure we'll be talking again soon.
Okay. Thanks, Stefan. Appreciate it.